Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be showing you a couple of little things that I've been working on over the last few days. I just kept creating and didn't turn the camera on, and I thought I'll just show you what I've been doing. Now the first thing I'm doing is using time cards. Now these were sent to me quite a few years ago by the lovely Crafty Arena. She still has a YouTube channel going. She doesn't come on all that often anymore. But this is what I've been using. Now, Irene did alter them for me. And what she did was, let me just get out the one that I haven't altered. That way I can show you. She coffee dyes things, which is absolutely wonderful. You can tell the difference. Look at the color. Isn't that amazing? It just makes it look so vintage. It's just wonderful. And then she folds it up and stitches down both sides. Now, where's my bone folder? I just want to crimp that bit down a little bit more, because that's just me. I like my folds to be a little crisp. But Irene does things in mass production. She just gets going and she sews a whole stack, and then she'll glue something, and then she'll stitch something, and she just does, trays and trays and trays of this one thing. It's absolutely wonderful. So I can imagine that her kitchen would have smelled absolutely beautiful when she was coffee dyeing these, because she does everything in the oven, which is amazing. But that's what this can turn into. And I've taken her work and added mine to it. Now, what I have used in addition to the time checks, which I'll show you in a minute, are these lovely document envelopes. They are by Fancy Pants, and this is something else that Irene sent me. I'm working in a box that I call my hoard vault. Now, it is where I've put things and I've hoarded them, and these would have to be at least 10 years old, maybe a little older. But aren't they fabulous? Lovely big envelopes. I have to re-glue that one. That one, it's just been sitting around waiting for me to attend to it. But there's this one and the lovely check, and I think this is called herringbone stitch, this particular pattern. So this is what I've been using, but I've been using the smaller ones. There are 3 of these in the packet and 3 of the smaller ones. And I'll be able to use that bit for a writing board in a journal, which is awesome. So the whole packet of things will get used. These can go into journals just as they are, with a sticker or a little piece of pretty paper on the front to make them look extra special. But that can go back in the box for me to use at another time. I have got an archive box that is full of things that have been sent to me. Now, this is what I've been doing. I've added the little envelope. I've inked the edges. I've put a little sticker on it. And inside, I put 3 little pieces of paper that can be written on. So you've got a pretty little pocket and a little envelope with 3 pieces of paper to write on, so you can hide your journaling. Sometimes when we do our journaling, we don't always want a lot of people to read it, so we put it into things like this, and someone who doesn't journal doesn't always open envelopes and things. So you can do your journaling in private and hide it away afterwards. Then a little piece of paper up here, this is where the fold is, in there. And I've put that pretty paper and then the sticker flowers, the flower stickers, sorry. So there is this one. And then there is this color. It's an aqua color, and I didn't have any flowers that would match it, so I've put the pretty blue ones, because that's what the background paper is, blue. And once again in here, I have got the 3 pieces of paper, and they sort of match up. Only sort of. And there is nothing on the back because I'm going to be putting these into journals. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm going to make them a hinged flap so that I can add something else underneath it, more hidden journaling, or if I'm going to just triple edge glue and leave these as a flap so that I can put something else underneath. But I haven't made up my mind yet. So there's the pretty apricot roses, the blue roses, and then I've used sunflowers on this one. So a piece of lovely reddish brown walnut stain. I don't know what color that is. It's just pretty. And then I had some of this pretty paper with the embossing on, so I've put that there with the sunflower stickers. And we've got sunflowers on there. And also the 3 little pieces of paper in here. Now I broke the mold with this one because I didn't have enough of I've just been using my scraps. I haven't used any new sheets, but I've got this nice brown one in, and it's still got the white on the background, on the back, sorry. But I think that they will look absolutely beautiful in a journal. I'm having trouble with the fingers this morning. But that is project number 1. I love them. I think they're very, very pretty. So let's just put this, or these, up here, a little bit out of the way. And let me bring in the next one I did. Now these are Maya Road tickets. And they all, let me organize this here, I'm getting myself all over the place. These are all written on one side, they were blank on the other side. I chose to leave the fronts completely as is. I didn't even stain the edges of these because I think they just look lovely the way they are. And I have just minutely altered the back. I've used all my little fairy book stickers now, and I've put a flower. I have just received from Temu, you know that one you literally can't say, but they are just beautiful, these lovely floral stickers. Each sticker is on here individually, so you're not having to cut them to get them apart, which is wonderful. So let me just show you my range of lovely tickets that I spent a little time having fun with. Ticket to Love, Not Transferable. I like that one. I like all of them. They're fabulous. Admit One. I think I might bring that little case and just have it there because sometimes the glare from the little stickers makes it unseeable in the camera. Now there's 2 stickers there. There's a lovely rock background with the bushes, and then I've put the circle of, or the wreath of roses on it. Now put that one as a background. You can only just see it through the archway, but I like that. And then we go to Memory, and these are that way. There's not a lot to say about these. They were just a lot of fun to do. And I decided I'd go to my magazine and use, or my magazine picture folder, if you want to call it that. It's just somewhere I keep things that I'm starting to cut out of books. And I thought, I love that vintage bike with it's a tandem, but it's got great big wheels. I think it's a tandem. It might even be a quad. I'm not sure. But then the sunflowers sort of hit my mind as putting into there, so it looks like they're driving into or riding into a sunflower field. And a bicycle with some sunflowers behind it. This little lady, once again riding into sunflower field. And I ran out of my lovely long background stickers, so I had to come up with something and be a little more inventive. So I thought, okay, hit the scraps box, see what I've got. I had this lovely piece of paper that came off the top of a 12 by 12. So I double-sided taped that, put it down, put a little ticket there that I'd stamped, and then the sunflower and the butterfly. And basically I did the same with that one. Now these were the first I did, but they're also the biggest. They're just that little bit longer than the other ones. I folded the fairy book sticker up over the edge there, and that's what I did with that. A little piece of paper lace, the succulents, and this lovely little cottage in the woods. And this one, she's sitting on a swing alongside her succulent garden, and she's got a little banner there. So that has been project number 2. Let me just put these away, please. Otherwise I'm going to make a big mess, and I don't want to make a mess of and have things all over the place. This room is bad enough. It has become my nightmare. Oh, that's right, because that goes up that way. I thought I'd keep them in this little container. It keeps them nice and neat. And I think I might have to start an embellishment box for my calyx unit to keep all these lovely things in and use them. Okay, and my last project number 3, let me just get these out of the way, please. Project number 3, when I opened my hoard vault, I found these strips of paper. I must have just had them in there, and I've got it ready to go on top of a card, I think. In a card or in a journal, one or the other. On a card, in a journal, that's it. But they were 12 inches long by about 4 wide, and I thought, what on earth can I do with those? And I thought, I know. That's right, they're going to be cards. Because this was a little piece of scrap paper I had left over, so I put stickers on it too, and I put the little, let me just move this one out of the way, and I put the sticker there and another one there. So that can, either place I use it, journal or card, it can sit in there and be a lift out on the front of a card. Would look pretty. Okay, I folded it into 3, making sure that I had enough room here to fold down over it, and also to make sure this little one here is just that fraction smaller, so it sits above the base there. So a little bit of measuring, a little bit of cutting, a little bit of colouring, and this is what I came up with. So the front is Love You to the Moon and Back, and the next one is Shine Brightly, and there's a little place that I can write a message in there. This very moment. Oh, I've got to show you how to do that. Let's do that now. Let's get a scrap of paper and I'll show you how to make those little slots. They are so easy. Scrap of paper. Okay, it's a very big scrap, but it's okay. Now you will need a small hole punch, and I've got my small hole punch here. You will also need a sharp knife. Okay, sharp knife, and a cutting board, or wherever you cut your things. Now let's do a little bit of fancy stuff here with my bone folder. We'll bring it down there. Now a little one about 1/2 inch in from the edge. and you'll need a pencil. Right, line up your dots with your punch. 1 and 2, and you'll also need a ruler. Now I use my big 15-inch ruler because it has the metal edge. I don't know where my metal ruler is. I have a feeling it's still in a storage box. Now I line up just a fraction under the top curve of the punch of the little hole. Cut down, and then just a fraction of an inch and you cut another line down too, but not going through the circle. And there you have it. You have this tiny little piece of scrap paper left over, and I'll just turn the white over so you see where it came from. Okay, that is how you do little slots for things like this. You can then put this in that way, or you can have it all the way in that way. I glued along there. Oh, let me get that back again. But very, very easy to do, ladies and gents. Very simple. Now let me get these put away, otherwise I'm going to run amok. Okay, bringing back the project into camera line properly. Just checking. Yep. Okay, I have glued about half an inch or half a centimetre or a centimetre, I don't know, about this much, so that this doesn't go all the way down to the end. And once again, lifting them up, they've got a little writing place in there too. And that's that. Opening up this piece, you have two. You've got the middle piece here, once again, pretty paper with a little slot in it. Another little folder that I can write a saying in, or a little message. And then the third one is the same thing. A couple of stickers. It changes the outlook of the paper, doesn't it? It makes it look so pretty. And the journey is the destination. Lift that up, and you've got the third little card there, and fold it over, and this one can sit in the back there. So that was the first one I did, and I had another piece of paper. I had 3 pieces of paper. I used 2 for these little cards, 1 for the background, and I had to find another piece of paper to finish the project. And that was easy. So the paper I had was the lovely bamboo pattern, or twiggy pattern, whatever you like to call it. I think it's just a tree with little twiggy bits, no leaves. So I tried to emulate as much as I could the top sayings all the way through, but this one had to be black because I didn't have any more white that said the same thing or close to it. So this is a little different shape. It's rectangular instead of square, and that's because that's just the way the paper worked at the end. This was a scrap, and showing this one to you, I didn't put a sticker on the inside of that one for some reason. I don't think it needed it. Okay, opening up this one, we then have 2 more. That's the little card that'll go in the side. And the last one, hello, what's going on here? I think I forgot to put the wet glue in there. Oh, Butterfingers today. Okay, closing that up again. I'm just going to put this inside so that I don't lose it. And then this one down. So those are the 3 projects that I've done over a couple of days. So they don't take 5 minutes to do these things, but I like what I've done anyway, and I do hope you like it as well. Just bringing down my other bits and pieces that I've done so you can have a quick look again. And I would like to thank you very, very much for coming to see these. I've had a lovely time in my craft room creating these, and I know when I use them they're going to be absolutely wonderful in whatever application I choose to use. So thank you very, very much again. If you're not subscribed to my channel, would you please consider it? It would be lovely to have you in my little family. Thank you so much, and bye-bye now.